Welcome. Today we're diving into the true legends of the skies, the Hawker 800 XP. If you're into private jets that blend reliability, performance, and a touch of classic charm, stick around because this mid-size marvel has a lot to offer. Whether you're a jet enthusiast, a potential buyer, or just curious about what makes this plane tick, we've got all the details, accurate and up-to-date as of March 11, 2025. Let's get started. The Hawker 800 XP isn't just any jet. It's a third-generation icon from the Hawker 800 series, built by Hawker Beechcraft between 1995 and 2005. Over 475 of these beauties were sold during its production run, and even today, it remains a favorite in the private aviation world. So what's the big deal? Let's break it down, starting with its history, then performance, cabin vibes, costs, and where it stands in 2025. The Hawker 800 XP story begins way back with the de Havilland DH.125, a British design from the 1960s. Fast forward through decades of evolution, passing through Hawker Siddeley, British Aerospace, and eventually Raytheon, it became the Hawker 800 in the 80s. Then, in 1995, the 800 XP swooped in as the upgraded extra performance version. The XP tag isn't just marketing fluff. It's got better engines, improved range, and a refined design over its predecessor, the Hawker 800. Production wrapped up in 2005, but this jet's legacy? Still soaring. Raytheon, which owned Beechcraft at the time, handed off the reins to Hawker Beechcraft in 2007, but by then, the 800 XP had already cemented its reputation. Fun fact, parts of this jet, like the wings and fuselage, were built in the UK, with some assembly know-how inherited from Airbus UK. It's a transatlantic effort that's paid off big time. Okay, let's talk performance, because this is where the Hawker 800 XP shines. It's powered by two Honeywell TFE 731-5BR turbofan engines, each pumping out 4,660 pounds of thrust. That's enough muscle to get this jet climbing to 37,000 feet in just 20 minutes. Top altitude? 41,000 feet. Perfect for dodging weather and traffic. Cruising speed? You're looking at a high-speed cruise of 447 knots. That's about 514 miles per hour, or a more fuel-sipping 400 knots for long-range trips. Range is a big win here. 2,540 nautical miles with a full load of passengers and fuel. That's New York to LA, Singapore to Beijing, or even Miami to Bogota without breaking a sweat. Need to hit a smaller airport? No problem. At sea level, it takes off in just 5,032 feet of runway. Even at 5,000 feet elevation, it's manageable at 7,952 feet. Landing's even sweeter, just 2,280 feet at sea level. This flexibility makes it a champ for regional hops or those tricky private strips. See these winglets? They're not just for looks. Added to the 800 XP over the original 800, they boost range by about 100 nautical miles and improve stability. It's little tweaks like this that keep the 800 XP competitive, even years after production stopped. Now, let's step inside, because the cabin is where you'll spend your time, right? The Hawker 800 XP is a mid-size jet, and it's got a cabin that feels just right for up to 8 passengers in a typical setup. Picture this, a 4-seat club section up front, perfect for a meeting or a card game, then a 3-seat divan and a single forward-facing chair in the back. The seats? Fully adjustable, swiveling 360 degrees, with decent recline. Dimensions-wise, you've got 21.3 feet of length, 6 feet of width, and a height of 5 feet 9 inches. If you're over 6 feet tall, you might duck a bit, but for most, it's stand-up headroom. The cabin volume is 551 cubic feet, not the roomiest in 2025's midsize class, but it beats out rivals from its era like the Learjet 60. Noise levels? Pretty quiet, low 70s decibels, thanks to solid soundproofing. Up front, there's a small galley, think microwave, coffee maker, and an ice chest. Nothing gourmet, but it gets the job done. Baggage? You've got 49.5 cubic feet, about 6 to 8 suitcases or a few golf bags, accessible in flight, which is a nice touch. At the rear, there's an enclosed lavatory with a belted seat, technically a 9th spot, but trust me, you're not putting your VIP there unless it's an emergency. Tech-wise, many 800 XPs flying in 2025 have been retrofitted with modern goodies. Think GoGo Wi-Fi, Blu-ray players, and 17-inch monitors. The pressurization solid too, 8.6 psi keeps it feeling like sea level up to 22,200 feet. It's a comfy ride, whether you're working or chilling. Let's talk money, because flying private isn't cheap, and the Hawker 800 XP strikes a balance between cost and capability. Back in its day, a new 800 XP ran between $10 and $13.5 million. Fast forward to 2025, and the used market is where it's at. As of mid-2018, prices dipped to $1.40 to $2.40 million for a solid example, and while exact figures fluctuate, expect something in that ballpark today, maybe $2 to $3 million depending on condition, hours, and upgrades. Operating costs? For 200 hours of flight time per year, you're looking at around $978,000 annually. That breaks down to $577,000 in fixed costs, hangar, insurance, crew, and $401,000 in variable costs like fuel and maintenance. Hourly, that's about $2,290, though fuel prices in 2025 could nudge it higher. Charter rates? Starting at $4,500 per hour, depending on the operator and extras. Compared to newer jets, it's a bargain, especially with those Honeywell engines sipping 217 gallons per hour. Maintenance is key with an older bird like this. Many are enrolled in Honeywell MSP Gold programs, keeping engine costs predictable. And with over 460 still flying as of 2018, and likely a few less in 2025, it's a proven platform with plenty of support. So, where does the Hawker 800 XP stand in 2025? It's not the flashiest or fastest jet out there. Newer midsize options like the Citation Latitude or Embraer Legacy 450 have bigger cabins and higher speeds. But the 800 XP holds its own. It's a workhorse, reliable, versatile, and loved by owners, charter operators, and fractional programs like Fly Alliance. North America's got the biggest chunk, 75% of the fleet, followed by Asia and Europe. It's not perfect. The cabin's a bit snug compared to 2025 standards, and transcontinental trips can feel slow next to a Citation X. But for mid-size missions, 2,000 to 2,500 nautical miles, it's tough to beat the value. Plus, it's the only mid-size jet approved for gravel and grass runways. That's rugged. There you have it, the Hawker 800 XP in all its glory. A jet that's been around the block, survived a missile strike, true story from 1988, and keeps delivering in 2025. If you're eyeing a used private jet that balances cost, comfort, and performance, this could be your ride. What do you think? Would you fly one? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and subscribe for more aviation deep dives. Until next time, clear skies and safe travels.